been some interesting issues. Interesting isn't probably quite the right word to use, but I've been looking at a magazine I often read, which is called Psychology Today, and one of the things I've been wondering about, with the overused often word of narcissism, is what happens when a narcissist fails in their goals or achievements or ability to affect people. And I've seen a very interesting analysis by a gentleman called Joe Navarro MA. I'll put the details in the description. Obviously, as I say, we talk about narcissism almost too easily these days. Not without reasoning, because we've seen so many, much more on social media and people talking about it and what it means, malignant narcissism and all those sorts of things. But the one area that's rarely talked about when it comes to the malignant narcissist is what happens when they fail. Failure in private, at work, or as leaders for the narcissist can be quite disquieting, if not traumatic, for the rest of us. As Stuart Yudowsky notes in Fatal Flaws, these individuals are so severely flawed of character that they handle failure much different than you and I, because they are not introspective or capable of reform and are lacking in empathy for others. We often see narcissists in glowing terms as successful leaders of industry, heads of state, and yet more often than not, their malignancy will likely in time ensure their own downfall, failure, or even arrest. Be it because they cheat on taxes or embezzle money, they circumvent rules and laws, they cheat business partners, they devalue and torment their family or domestic partner to the point of divorce, or in the case of cults, thinking of Jim Jones and Charles Manson here, just as an example of failure in narcissism, or as national leaders, they can lead their followers or their nation into actions that are destructive. And so, when a calamity strikes or a failure of some sort is inevitable, how the narcissist reacts and what we as potential victims of their actions can expect to see is what this article is about. As with many personality disorders, those who are severely flawed of character, but especially the narcissist, when they face public disgrace, when they are outed as criminals or for their misbehaviour, or they fail in a very public way, that is when they become metastable, placing us as family, friends, co-workers, corporations, the public or a nation are in the greatest danger. When things began to sour for the narcissist, here is what we can expect. They will falsely claim that everything is fine and there is nothing wrong. They will try to first misdirect us or claim there is nothing to the allegations or circumstance. If evidence is presented, they will seek to have it invalidated or claim it is false, fake, or a product of vague conspiracies, but so most certainly not true. Any evidence presented, and those at present, it will be attacked aggressively and vindictively. The better the evidence, the more aggressive the attack. Individuals who are doing the right thing by reporting criminal acts, unethical behaviour or failings are to be discredited, humiliated, hounded and bullied, and not even their families are to be spared if needs be. The narcissist will engage supporters or enablers to simultaneously attack those who offer proof or evidence, even if it embarrassingly exposes their poodle-like behaviour as that of spineless sycophants. Foolproof evidence will be portrayed as false, and the result of pettiness, jealousy, bad actors, malicious individuals, negativity, haters, a word we see often, enemies, losers, conspirators, opposition, gain seekers, the faithless, usually seen in religious groups or cults, or, as we now see often in politics, fake news or deep state actors. As they lash out with vindictiveness, the malignant narcissist will continue to talk about themselves in glowing terms, irrespective of their actual situation, as they are incapable of introspection, much less contriteness. They will trumpet their greatness, their achievements, real or imagined, their faux infallibility, and even portray themselves as worthy of being revered rather than reviled. And they will seek to find someone to blame for their troubles or downfall, preferably someone that cannot defend themselves, a scapegoat, if you like. They're always useful. And when there is not a real one will be invented. If they are not promoted or fired, it is because a cable at work was against them. If they cheat their business partners, it was because they deserved it. If the wife gets the kids in a divorce settlement, it is because of her dastardly attorney, not their abominable behaviour. If they lose an election, it's because of campaign managers, unappreciative voters, trickery, fraud, or some other kind of malfeasance on the part of a conspiracy. And conspiracies are useful to the narcissist because they conveniently require no evidence. I could go on, but I won't. I just found this article quite interesting, just on a general terms of about what can be like when a narcissist fails, because one begins to feel like perhaps you might be going mad or you've imagined something. You aren't. You aren't going mad. Believe me. I will put a link on this article, as I said within my description, and if anyone wants to read it, they're welcome. I found it of interest, especially at the moment. It's just a general comment. Take care, Carrie Pink.